Busted, obviously yourself and Mike extended your contracts with the club now. First of all, just how pleased are you to get everything finally sorted?
Yeah, really delighted, to be honest. Everyone knows how much I love working here. Everyone knows what the club means to me. And just to get the chance to continue progressing really and keep doing the work that we've been doing is a really big opportunity for myself, and something that I'm just delighted to get done. And it just means that we can now move forward and keep trying to push the club forward.
And as someone who's had quite a lengthy association with the club, obviously as a strength and conditioning coach first, and then under assistant manager, obviously under Ben Clark, and then with Mike as well. How do you kind of see your progression at the club? Obviously, I suppose you won't see many who start as a fitness coach and then go on to be assistant manager.
Yeah, obviously things happen in different ways. Obviously, I was here as an S&C coach while I was still playing. I always had ambition of going to coaching once I'd finished playing, but obviously Ben gave me the opportunity to come in and be his assistant, and that's something that I'll always be grateful to Ben for doing that. That was sort of shown massive faith in me, the fact that he gave me that opportunity, and I feel that I've sort of developed as a coach now. I'm still learning every day. Obviously learning off Mike every day, who again, thanks to him for giving me the opportunity to come in, because he would have had his pick of people that he could have brought in when he got the job, and he showed faith in me as well, to work alongside him. So that's something I'm really grateful of as well. But yeah, it's something that I'm really enjoying doing. I'm learning every day. I'm still doing little bits of the S&C with the boys and stuff, but predominantly all my work now is on the football pitch. And as a football coach, and it's something that I want to get better at. I want to be the best possible version of myself that I can be in that role. And we've got a great bunch, and the boys are obviously really coachable. They're a good bunch to coach, which we've always had here, to be fair, which helps. But no, obviously this is just a really good opportunity for me to continue doing that, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And I suppose when you first initially went from, like you say, the strength and conditioning coach to the assistant manager, was it maybe a strange transition at first when, like you say, you went from just being solely on the fitness side to then more talking about the tactical side and all that kind of stuff with the lads, or was it pretty smooth for you and everyone just took to it straight away?
Well, the bunch we had at the time, the group of lads that we had at the time were unbelievable, to be fair, and I'll always be grateful for them as well, how they took me in, for going from the S&C coach. Obviously I was playing at the time, but I was playing a league below them. So I think it would have been easy for me to come into this role and then not really listen to what I was saying and just kind of fob me off and go with Ben. I think that would have been easy for them, if I'm honest. But they were a great bunch, and I got on with them all really well before that. And working with that bunch couldn't have been more perfect for me. Like your Whiteys, your Melishes, people like that, all the young lads coming through was perfect for me. So they made it easy for me, but it's still a bit of a strange transition. I think what helped is that I've always been in football changing rooms before, so I kind of knew what the role looked like, and I've worked with obviously all the managers and assistant managers that have been here before, so I knew what the role looked like. I knew what to expect in certain terms, and I think from my point of view, it was just putting any insecurities or any uncertainties behind me and just really focusing on what I believed that I would be good at and really pushing on and not really caring about what anyone else thought, to be honest. I know obviously outside the club a lot of people might have looked at it and thought, well, he's an S&C coach, he's going into an assistant manager at a big club in Gateshead in the conference, and maybe it's a big step for his first role. But if I sort of listened or thought about what other people thought, I wouldn't be where I am now. So I think it was important for myself just to focus on, as I see, what I believed I was good at, and not really pay attention to anybody else's opinions, other than the people around me that matter.
And Mike's someone who's spoken about sort of the journey or the process. He's said before, you're someone who's obviously mentioned that as well. How much does sort of the process of getting to the end product, the end result, mean to you as much as, let's say, the end product itself, I suppose?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if we have an end product, so to speak. We're both really clear on that we're very much work for the now. We take every day as it comes. We want to build the club as best we possibly can, and we want to leave a little bit of a legacy. To be honest, we've changed a few things already that we're doing. That'll hopefully stay with the club when we leave. And it's important for us that when we come in, we just take it day at a time, and we're not saying we're going to get promotion, we're not saying we're going to take the club to league football. All we're saying is that we're going to come in and we're going to work as hard as we can. And obviously the fans and the people at the club know how hard we work, and that's something that we can promise and we can deliver on. That we'll come in and we'll work every day, and that we'll try and do our very best for the club, and we'll see where it takes us. But I think if you start looking at sort of the end point, then you sort of lose focus of really what's happening now. So as I say, with Mike and myself and Chris as well, we're all big believers in just really being present in the moment and focused on what's happening now.
And of course, got a busy festive fixture schedule coming up against a couple of your former clubs, no less in Blythe Spartans and Spennymoor. With the current sort of crop of players you've got, you've obviously seen what they can do in games this season. How confident are you ahead of these upcoming games now?
Yeah, we're always confident. You've seen the games as well, and we've played well. I would say in 95% of the games we've dominated the ball, which is something that we're massive on. The intensity's been there. Sometimes we haven't had the ability to finish teams off, which means that it always gives them a chance to keep sort of peppering our box, and we've conceded a couple of late ones, which is something that we've worked in. But we believe in these players massively, and we've had sort of 2 years now to build a squad together to get the infrastructure in there. We're massive on recruitment. First off, we look at what the person's like before the footballer, and then we've got to tick boxes as what we expect on the football field as well. And this group really sort of mirror what we believe as a management team. So we back these in every game, to be honest. These lads in every game, we see the work that they put on the training pitch. Blythe's going to be a really hard game to Derby. Can our boys sort of show that they can do that side of the game as well in Derby's, where it's going to be tackles, winning your headers, things like that, sometimes not associated with our team. People think we're just a footballing side, but I back the boys to do both. And then Spennymoor, obviously you've got one of the best teams in the league, who are one of the favourites to win the league, if you're honest. And they've got unbelievable players, they've got quality throughout. Went to watch them on Saturday. James Curtis is still unbelievable. I don't know how old he is, 38, 39 now, and he's still just ridiculous. They've got Glenn Taylor up front, who's one of the best in the league. Rob Ramshaw off him as well. They've got quality throughout, and they've been together a few years now, so that's going to be such a hard game for us. And they've got a new manager now in Tommy Miller, who's going to look after them now at the end of the season. So they've all got shirts to play for, points to prove. He's got a point to prove. He'll want the job. So that's going to be an absolutely massive game for us. And then Blythe again after that. So I'm not going to say we're looking to get 9 points or whatever from it. We're purely really just focused on the Blythe game, and then as soon as that Blythe game's done, we'll turn our attention to the Spenny game. But Blythe's going to be such a hard game for us, as it was last year. We took 1 point from 2 games, and we have to be better this year. The boys understand that. We spoke about the hurt that we had last year in the change room after the defeat here, and kind of using that to make sure we're really on it come Boxing Day.